What's up folks, it's Abhinav from PhoneBunch and this is our review of the Lenovo Vibe S1. I would like to go on the record to say this is one of the most beautiful smartphones I've seen till date. Exquisite craftsmanship, great performance and great in-hand feel too. It's all made out of metal and glass. On the right you have the power button as well as the volume rocker. Both are sturdy, offer good feedback. The sides are rounded and chamfered so that the phone feels great to hold. At the top you have the audio jack as well as the secondary noise cancellation mic, and you can see the antenna bands. On the left you have the hybrid SIM card slots, so you can use two SIM cards or a SIM card and a micro SD card. Both are nano SIM slots. At the bottom you have the single speaker which is quite loud, a microphone as well as the micro USB data syncing and charging port. Moving to the back, it's also curved which makes the phone very good to hold, although it is a bit slippery. You have a 13 megapixel camera there, LED flash as well as the Vibe branding. Now the front is where things get really interesting. You have two front facing cameras here, one 8 megapixel to capture the actual selfie, one 2 megapixel camera to just capture depth information. We'll talk about that. The capacitive buttons just below the display sadly are not backlit. Now let's get to this display. Your 5-inch 1080p IPS panel. It has great color reproduction, excellent viewing angles, and is quite visible outdoors too. I'll show that to you in a moment. Both the front and back are protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3, which is pretty decent, and you can see that it is visible outdoors. It is plenty sharp. Now if you're not happy with the color reproduction of the display, you can go ahead and set the color tone yourself. Then there's a brightness protection mode, which will be greatly appreciated by people who like to read at night. Network retention is actually pretty good on the device. We didn't have any issues there. Call quality was actually pretty good. You can also record calls right within the interface. The earpiece and speakerphone are quite loud. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth as well as USB tethering all work fine, and the phone is able to locate through GPS quickly. Now let's talk about the camera. First, the rear camera. It is able to capture images quickly. It is a 13 megapixel unit. You have dual tone flash, but sadly this camera does take quite a bit of time to focus in, even though it has phase detection autofocus. The front facing camera is actually better. It can capture depth information which gives real lifelike appearance to your selfies. You can also capture selfies with some gestures. Overall, the front facing camera is far better than the rear camera. The rear camera is actually pretty average. Now there are some effects that you can use. So you can change the amount of defocus you want in the background, the bokeh effect. It actually makes the selfies look a lot more pleasing. Now there are some gimmicky effects as well which we have already shown you in a previous mini review. But overall still the front facing camera is quite decent. The rear camera can take decent images when you have lot of light, but the images still turn out quite soft. Moreover, exposure is not handled well, dynamic range is not really that good, and in low light the camera really begins to struggle with focusing, and there's a lot of noise there too. I'll just have some of those samples as well. You can see right here, everything gets muddled when there is low light. Even here you can see a lot of noise here. Now indoors again, when there is good amount of light, the images do turn out well. Color reproduction is also pretty decent. The flash definitely helps when you have low light. Video quality again is nothing to write home about, but you can record 1080p videos at 30 fps. Videos do turn out soft as well, just like still images, and again the camera hunts for focus quite a lot. Now let's talk about something positive. The bottom firing speaker is plenty loud, it's clear and it has a hint of bass in it as well. Audio quality through the headset jack is very good too. Moreover, FM radio is also supported and you can record in stereo quality. Let's have a listen to the speaker. Video playback is also very smooth. We didn't have any issues there. In general, performance is superb on this device. You have 3 gigs of RAM here. You can also pop out the video player. Now let's talk about software. So the Lenovo Vibe S1 is running Android 5.0 Lollipop, so yes, it is quite a bit behind. But there's a bit of customization with Vibe UI. You have a theme center built in, you can change icons, wallpapers, all those things. You can even customize the notification shade with the toggles that you want. And if you're wondering about updates, Lenovo hasn't specified a timeline as to when this device would be upgraded to Android 5.1 or possibly to Android Marshmallow. Now out of that 32 gigs of storage, you will get about 24 odd gigs when you get the device. But you do have app and app data both movable to the external SD card. Great bonus there. USB OTG moreover is supported. We are playing this video right off the USB disk. Now there are some neat additions here. You have permission control with Vibe UI, where you can easily ban any app for using a particular feature on your smartphone. Then there's a secure zone which actually behaves pretty much like different profiles on your smartphone, so you can have separate app spaces there. Now web browsing was also very good on the device. Pinch to zoom worked out great. You can see text and images render very quickly. Now this phone is powered by the MediaTek MT6752 octa-core processor clocked at 1.7 GHz, and you have 3 gigs of RAM, which goes a long way. This phone blazes through the UI. There are no issues whatsoever in gaming, general tasks, multitasking, everything just works brilliantly smooth. I never noticed this phone get hot or stutter in my usage of more than a month now. Overall, very smooth performance here. Now let's talk about a sore point, the battery life on the device. With the 2500 mAh non-removable battery, you would be hard pressed to get through one full day of usage with the device, even though you have the screen and GPU power saving modes on. So you would have to charge this phone at night, no matter even if you are using it moderately. So is battery life the price that we are paying for a superbly well built device that feels great to hold, is quite light as well? Possibly so. With a 3000 mAh battery, this phone would have done a bit better. Or maybe with software optimizations, we can get a bit more out of the 2500 mAh unit. But then again, the rear camera on the device is quite subpar when compared to the competition. In fact, the Moto G3 actually has a better camera than this one. So even though I really like this device, I really went gaga on how it looked. But that's just about it. It's more about form than function with the Vibe S1. It really looks great. The OnePlus X is another smartphone which has very good design within the same price bracket and has better cameras as well. But overall, if you are looking for a device that looks stylish, performs really well, and you are okay with the so-so battery life and cameras, the Vibe S1 is definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, let us in the comment section, and as always, have a great day.